Covalent TV. This is Marina Shafir, the problem, the one and only problem that you will ever need. And I wanted to give a shout out to Daryl and Werner. And I just wanted to say, keep on stepping and keep on being honest and keep on being hardworking. And thank you for supporting me, and thank you for consistently being there for when I am performing. I just want to say thank you, and keep doing you. Keep being the honest podcast problem that you are. Take it easy.
A Monday night. It is the typical time of the week where we have to cut on our Google Maps to help us locate our sanity. So that means, welcome to your WWE Raw Live Review. This is your boy, Mr. Starksign.
Big dub.
What is going on to all the people in the house tonight supporting Covalent TV early and often? We appreciate the love. If you are in here, but as I said in the description of this video and the title, the tittle, if you shall. Everybody put tittle in the comment section. That's a joke, though, because either way it goes, it's still going to spell title. Okay? Put the tittle, you know what I'm saying, in the comment section. But, guys, I said it. Is it AEW All In Texas yet? I want to be so done with WWE content this week. And the good news is that we are officially done with WWE content this week, because there will be no SmackDown review this week, because I'm actually getting sleep before I travel this time. Fuck y'all.
Yeah.
God damn it. I'm getting me some sleep before I go somewhere else that's not my home. I tell you that.
Yes.
I'm not fucking doing it. I love y'all, but shit, I need the Rizest. Okay? Now I need y'all to put Rizest in the comment section. Get them leaderboard points in early. Okay? But yes, man, I know review on Friday. A brother needs some rest, so it is just going to be dynamite, and then I'm blowing up the spot until it is time for AEW All In Texas. Beautiful people, thank the Lord that this is all the WWE content that y'all, some of y'all might be fair walkers, are getting for this week. Yes, Rizest. I see you, Marlo. Rizest. Miguel put resets. I don't know if that's the same thing, but we appreciate the effort. All right. Now, once you get to the NFL, your effort doesn't fucking matter. You got to perform on every play. All right.
Yep.
But let me see where the leaderboard is at, man. Out the gate, out the Giz8. Marlo, number 1. Catherine, number 2. Ron, number 3. Marvin Johnson is number 4. Mr. Mayhem is number 5. And Michael is number 6. And I tell y'all what could get y'all killing in the leaderboards, man. I'm going to say it one last time for the rest of the stream. Like gang, comment gang, share gang, and donation gang. Donation gang sets you apart from the rest. It gets you all the XP to be number 1. What does it take to be number 1? 2 is not a winner, and 3 nobody remembers. I remember that Nelly song. That was a great song. All right?
That was a great song.
That was a great song. You know, it's true. It's true.
Mm-hmm.
True. 2 is not a winner, and 3 nobody remembers. I don't remember none of this. But in this scenario, 1 through 3, I will read y'all comments because y'all are at the top of the leaderboard. Everybody else, work harder.
Mm-hmm.
We're not rewarding bad behavior in this motherfucker. I say it with love. Okay? We're not rewarding that bad behavior. But shouts out to all the Facebook peeps, YouTube peeps, Twitter peeps. Anybody who's watching us live, we appreciate you. But we got to get to 25. It's 25 or nothing. Make me and Werner's night by not getting us to 25 likes, and we shut the stream off within 2 seconds.
Oh. Please.
That bad. Look, it'd be beautiful. It'd be beautiful. Go ahead. Test us. But if y'all want a full review, y'all know what y'all got to do. All right. Now we know what we have to do, man. It is a job that we always get in front of this camera and do because, you know, y'all watch our show. So therefore we got to do what we do, and how we do it when we do it sometimes that we do it backwards. Y'all wasn't ready for the backwards, but we gonna bring y'all beautiful people the news, whole one special, dumbass, accountable, and bring you facts, data, statistics as we go, because that is just what we do. Not over there, but here, ladies and gentlemen. Now let's not delay our beautiful people any further. Let's go on ahead and get into 10 news.
Tony gave an interview. Tony was talking about Forbidden Door.
Cokehead, should focus on his own promotion. Everybody hates him. He's such a fucking nerd. Did I do it right?
He talked about Forbidden Door, which I think is his promotion, isn't it?
That still sounds sexual, by the way. I said that about the very first one, and I went to it. I was like, that sounds so sexual. Yeah, welcome to Forbidden Door.
Forbidden Door.
All right, whatever you say, man. I don't know. I had no voice that review. Am I right?
Yeah.
That first one, oh, dude, my voice was fucked. I was in that bitch screaming with no regards for what I had to do after. It was great. I had a great time. That means I had a great time. But yeah,
it was a great show.
Yeah,
that first one was a great show.
Hell yeah. But yeah, go ahead about Forbidden Door.
He said Forbidden Door is emanating from an iconic wrestling venue in one of the greatest cities in the world, and this year's will be the biggest one yet. It has one of the biggest gates in AEW history, and it is a massive event, and we love collaborating with our friends and partners at New Japan. To which I did do a little digging. They have already sold, no matches announced, no nothing. As of May 7th, they've already distributed 11,623 tickets.
Oh, well, damn. Okay. It's not a bad number. Okay.
And now, again, current setup is for 14,234. They could sell out the O2 because the O2 is only 17,552.
Dude, what is natural cannot be contained. That applies to this beautiful earth we live on. If something is meant to grow, it is going to grow no matter what is above it. Okay? That is something that y'all need to learn about this planet. That is something y'all need to learn about life, is that what is meant to grow naturally is going to grow. There was a lot of negative narratives that surrounded AEW. And still, what am I saying? And still surround AEW to this very day to suppress it to the point of where everyone knows, oh, it's second fiddle bullshit. And every attempt that has been made towards that has fallen on deaf ears with real professional wrestling fans. Now, somebody might say, why are you saying that? Because we've watched this work with how many promotions since WCW died? What, 2, 3?
Yeah.
We've seen this happen with plenty of promotions since WCW died, where WWE control media is going to run out there and tell you how this promotion isn't shit. It's always going to be second fiddle to WWE. Don't pay any attention to it. Don't look over there. Just look at this bright flashing light, and I'm going to deneuralize you now. Psh, here come the men in black. That's what's been happening, and that's why WWE audiences act and sound the way they do. Everybody has been deneuralized into believing anything that is under WWE is generic. Nameless, faceless, brandless, you name it. And I thank the Lord that naturally, professional wrestling fans didn't allow that to happen with AEW. Almost like it was meant to be. Like AEW was like a wrestling promotion of destiny or something. I remember when TNA was catching a huge stride. Stride. They had a perfect mix. They had the perfect mixture of homegrown talents, signed from WCW talents, They had the perfect storm of talent. The booking was good. The match types were unique. They had anything and everything you could want out of a wrestling promotion. And even then, people ran out there and told you how second fiddle it was.
Yeah.
Even then. There was a time in TNA where it was like, damn, what can they do wrong? You got Sting going against fucking Samoa Joe. You got fucking AJ Styles going against Kevin Nash. Like, dude, you were like, what could they possibly do wrong? Well, I mean, until they went wrong, but up until that point of where they went wrong, TNA was a viable alternative. But did they ever get that proper credit? No, not until they fell off. See, that's the catch. They didn't get their credit until they fell off. What do you always hear people say? I remember when, right as I was finna say it, Marlo said what I was finna say. I miss the old TNA. Just like how people say, I miss the old Kanye. I wish Kanye would make music like how we used to. TNA became the Kanye of professional wrestling. I want the old Kanye. I want the old TNA. And no one was saying that until they got trash. No one appreciated it when it was in that moment. Because guess what? WWE told you this is a secondary, second fiddle retirement home promotion. Y'all remember when they tried to spin that narrative at the beginning of AEW? Everything in this life is a cycle. They tried, WWE fans, WWE controlled media all used the same talking points that they used on TNA, but none of them are working. So they just keep recycling them over. Even the attendance thing. How soon y'all forget? You had to go to the forums to see it. You had to go to Squared Circle Reddit to see it.
Yep.
But that was going on back then too with TNA. See, no one can revise history in my mind. WWE cannot deneuralize me. I am deneuralizer proof. They can't, and they have tried. WWE has tried revisionist history. They give you these documentaries with excellent production. They give you the best form of revisionist history you've ever seen next to the United States government.
Yep.
They give you the best revisionist history you can find. But you want to know what AEW's fans are compromised of? The people that didn't fall for it.
Yep.
So to get back to the attendance topic, as I was saying, it is a grassroots groundswell that WWE cannot stop. The only thing that can stop what AEW is doing right now is AEW. And that seems to be the golden pony for WWE. Their enemy slicing their own throat. But I get this very strong feeling inside that Tony Khan is not going to sabotage AEW on his own. Even in 2023, when it looked like he might do it and he might be going WWE light, you still felt like, damn, even with this, the shows are still better than what they're doing. You get what I'm saying, guys? So I love hearing that grassroots groundswell type of movement is happening with AEW, because that shows you that all of the controlled and negative narratives and all that stuff is not working. It's like Drake after the Kendrick beef. Like, okay, yeah, there's going to be Drake's fan base of people that keep him alive and keep him on the charts and all that old stuff. But let's be honest, real hip hop fans will never look at Drake the same way again after that ass whooping.
Right.
They won't. They will not. There's a chunk that was cut out of Drake's fan base after that beef. Whether people want to admit it or not, I don't care how many number ones he gets. I don't care. And somebody might say, oh, but that's the measure to go by. Guess what? Drake reaching number one in 2025 is like me walking to my bathroom in the middle of the night. It's not a far reach to get number one these days with streaming. It's not. If anything, now it's more about how long you hold it. And WWE has held that number one baton by default. Not because there were other competitors and they just outran them. No. Because there was no one around. And they see Tony Khan stepping up to the podium, and he's not even going for that gold. He's like, give me these bronze and give me these silvers. Someday I'll get that gold, but give me these bronze and give me these silvers. I ran this race right along with you. And that is the biggest thing that WWE controlled media and their fans cannot accept. He's taking every award he gets. They hate when you rack up the accolades without a machine behind you. Drake fans, basically. They hate when you rack up the accolades without a machine behind you. They hate when you have that grassroots connection and that grassroots culture that follows behind you. They hate that. Drake fans hate Kendrick for that very reason, because Kendrick is from the culture. Kendrick actually is talented. Kendrick actually is an MC. Drake is the corporately created, no one ran against him, the machine backed him artist. And WWE is mad because there's a Kendrick Lamar sharing the podium with him. If this was a race, WWE started this race, like let's say it was a 2-mile race. Let's just say it was a 2-mile race. WWE got through the first mile of the race on a golf cart. AEW ran the mile. Tony Khan ran the mile. And he running for the second one. And now WWE is just now getting out that golf cart. They're like, whoo, man, that was a good ride. And they seeing Tony Khan running up on that first mile. They're like, oh shit, go. That's what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
And no matter how big of a fucking drone you are, guess what? You got to accept it. Okay, I'm getting annoyed. I very, very, very barely get annoyed by things in life. I'm going to be honest these days. Miguel, if Facebook is down, how are people commenting on Facebook?
Yeah, that makes no sense.
Refresh your page. Trust me, if I saw other people weren't commenting on Facebook, I would have been like, oh, damn, and fixed it. But you clearly see people posting on Facebook. Don't make me stop the stream for that shit again. Stop. God damn, it's right there. It's right there. Like, D-Rock said Yahoo Sports had a big article on Tony Khan and AEW. That's good. That's good. But you got to forgive me if I'm not impressed. You got to forgive me if I'm not impressed. That doesn't make up for the prior 5 years of terrible coverage AEW has received.
Mm-hmm.
Let me say that again. That does not make up for the previous 5 years of terrible, god-awful, abysmal coverage that AEW has received. And by the way, on the heels of every accomplishment, too. That's the part that fucks me up about it the most. Imagine if you accomplish something big in life, right? And for every accomplishment you make, there's somebody behind you like, it's not all that great, though. So, yeah, forgive me if... Look, I'm gonna live vicariously through Tony Khan for 1 second. Forgive me if I'm not falling for the dangling keys in front of me. Look, we wrote this article about you. Okay. You got about 300 more to go. Because for every positive article you wrote about me, I could find you 40 that you didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, we ain't giving golf claps around here. Fuck that. I appreciate you sharing that information, but if I'm Tony, I ain't trying to hear that bullshit. I ain't trying to hit it. Nope, save it. Nope, keep that same energy. Said only WWE can highlight gate numbers. Other promotions have to book small arenas because they can't sell out stadiums. What are you talking about? See what we got. Said exactly. TNA was the shit back then. I remember when Angle's debut was a big headline. Dude, and again, no one lived in that moment. No one lived in that moment. No one helped them grow. That's the key thing to say. No one helped them grow. By the time money started getting funneled into the product on like a massive scale, guess what? Hogan and Bischoff were already ruining the company.
The four-sided ring came.
Everything that made TNA had already been stripped. So I hope that y'all don't make that same mistake again. I hope wrestling fans, pro wrestling fans, this is just for you. I'm going to hold y'all accountable too. I hope y'all don't make that mistake again of waiting until it's too late to get behind it. Pause if necessary.
Pause.
I really hope y'all don't make that same mistake like y'all did with TNA. Because TNA would be way further along in the history of professional wrestling than it is now if y'all would have got behind it when y'all were supposed to. Pause.
Pause.
Y'all waited until Ascot Hair Bischoff and racist Hogan got there to be like, oh, look, let's get behind TNA. Y'all waited until Aces and Eights was an angle to be like, yeah, let's get behind TNA.
And then they gave their world title to a tag team specialist from 1995.
And then when TNA had a resurgence under Scott D'Amore, y'all waited until it was too late. Again, I don't think a promotion has ever gotten like more chances for their grassroots audience to get behind them than TNA did. The TNA audience failed TNA. The TNA grassroots movement failed TNA. I hate to say it. Let me see what we got. Hogan and Bischoff ruined the company, and now they're trying to make freestyle wrestling a sports. Yeah, and that's going to be a flop. Everything that Eric Bischoff gets his hands on is a flop. Everything that Eric Bischoff gets his hands on is a huge flop. Be it an upfront flop or a delayed flop. But either way, a flop. I say it with love. I say it with love, ladies and gentlemen. But Warner, did you want to give your comments on this these ticket sales and also the lack of coverage on these ticket sales?
I'm really, honestly, I that was from 2 months ago. The fact that no one has reported on that, really shocking. I think it's great. It's great to see that AEW is still doing well for big shows, at least outside of the United States. I know it's slowly coming back in the United States. We just gotta keep, pushing and sludging away until something breaks through. But I'm excited for the future of AEW. I'm sure 10 years from now we'll finally see the breakthrough. Hopefully less, but I don't know.
Hopefully less.
Hopefully less. I mean,
No. Let me get this off. Okay, so when you said hopefully less, you said it with such a goddamn like sense of just failure in your voice.
well, I don't mean to sound failure like a failure, but like I don't know if it's going to happen because I don't know what's going to happen in the next 10 years. I don't know what's going to happen in the next 5 years. I don't even know what's going to happen with the next TV deal.
All right, let's not take the Twilight Zone approach. Okay. Calm down, Alfred fucking Hitchcock. But Jesus Christ. But no, like, duh, no shit, Sherlock. People don't know what's going to happen in the next 10 years. But if I'm a betting man, because I'm just going to put a bold statement out there. If I was a betting man, the tide within 10 years, and somebody can clip this and quote me 10 years from now if I'm still on this earth, the tide within 10 years, I think, is going to be flipped over.
That would be amazing.
I do. Like, I actually believe that. See, I'm not laughing. I'm not giggling. I'm not backing off of it. I'm serious. I think the tide within 10 years is going to flip completely. I think the dynamic is going to flip completely. I do. I think WWE and their galvanized base will be so depleted that AEW is going to become the de facto leader of professional wrestling. Because we've said this on the show before. It's only so much, even a drone, it's only so much beating you can take as a viewer. It's only so much beating you could take as a consumer.
Yeah.
Now, y'all tell me, do y'all think WWE fans are approaching their beatdown scale? Because I'm looking at, and look, I don't really care how many people are in the building as long as I'm entertained, but I'm going to look at it from a metric that WWE fans measure product success by. Let's go attendance. SummerSlam on both nights is going to be in a half-empty MetLife Stadium the way things are going.
Mm-hmm.
At best, 60%. At best. The SummerSlam is like, what, 3 weeks away?
Yeah. Yeah, we're less than a month away.
I'm
3 weeks.
Dude, I'm telling y'all. They're grabbing
Second
these.
and third.
Look at the, even at Bridgestone Arena. Look at what that building could fit and look at what they've sold. SummerSlam, look at what they could fit and look at what they've sold. It's happening. But WWE is just covering up for it so well because their audience covers it up for them. That's like committing a crime. And for every crime you commit, there's 1 million people there to help you clean it up. But this is the measure of success that y'all use when it comes to actual product. So you can't get mad at me for using the measure that y'all use.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all keep saying AEW half-empty arena this, half-empty arena that. Look at what's happening to WWE.
And there should be no excuse from drones when they see these attendance numbers for SummerSlam and SmackDown, because name recognition with them is key. So a brand like SummerSlam, again, just like WrestleMania, which we said, I think Friday, should be sold out within a day. Doesn't matter if it's 1 day or 2 days.
Yeah,
it should be sold out within the day. And yet here we are.
And whose fault is that? Whose fault is that?
WWE's, because they keep rising their prices.
Yeah. And I broke down the blame share on what stream was that last week?
Wasn't that Friday when we just went off on that?
I think so. It was either Friday or Monday. But the blame share, 50% has to go to the audience and the consumer, 50% has to go to WWE. Not TKO. Because a lot of this stuff is handed down to WWE and they have to approve it.
Yeah.
Okay? So 50% is going to be on the audience. Now, at what point does the audience push back? Never. I think never. But I think the pushback, any pushback they get is going to come in the form of what we're seeing right now. Half-empty arenas. Now, to a WWE fan, I'm spitting acid into your ear hole. You don't even want to hear this right now. But it's the truth. SummerSlam both nights will be in a half-empty arena. At best, 60%. At best. Bridgestone Arena, this Friday, if I'm not mistaken, is going to be in a slightly above half-empty arena. Half-filled, I'm sorry. Slightly above half-filled arena. See, this is the shit y'all don't want to hear.
And they're getting a concert.
You see, this is what they don't want to hear, bro.
Mm-hmm.
But all of that projection is not prospering. If anything, it's prospering in the opposite direction. This is exactly why I get on the show And I tell WWE fans, focus on your own product. Y'all told everybody else that. I watched y'all tell everybody else that. TNA, AEW. Y'all done told everybody else that over the years. Y'all don't focus on y'all own product enough to demand better to where they can request the ticket prices they request from y'all.
Mm-hmm.
This event tonight didn't sell out. I bet y'all didn't know that. Tonight's Monday Night Raw did not sell out. And it's in a market that they barely go to. And that's WWE's number one tactic. Let's go saturate all the markets we don't normally hit so we can get sellouts.
Mm-hmm.
And yeeters. This show wasn't a sellout in Providence, Rhode Island. And WWE fans, you don't have to believe me. You don't have to believe Warner. It's happening. It's happening right in front of your fucking face.
Just shy of 9,000 people.
You said what?
Just shy of 9,000 people tonight.
Dude.
And that can hold close to 12.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
It's nuts.
And that was in Providence, Rhode Island, a very, very untapped market for them.
Mm-hmm.
A very untapped market for them. This should have been a sellout. And again, if you're a fan of WWE and you don't like what I'm saying, don't get mad. This is the measure y'all use. I'm not saying anything that y'all don't say. If it was about AEW, y'all be saying this. I see y'all saying this about All In. I still stand on my prediction that I think that AEW gets close to motherfucking 25, 26K by Showtime. I still stand on that.
I hope they do. I want them to beat the Georgia Dome record.
What was the record
Again,
for the people?
It was 25 paid. We can get to 25 paid.
Yeah. And it's doable. And it's very doable. Tony Khan has 2 selling points this week. Dynamite and a live collision on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
If he can move 25, 26K by Showtime, to me, that is a success. Especially for a promotion that was going to be dead within a year, according to y'all. But what's the excuse for y'all industry standard? Ticket sales got a cold? What's happening? What's the excuse? Hell, no, I want to know the excuse.
Yeah.
Because Warner, again, that's the measure of an entertaining product, right? How many people are in the building tells you how entertaining it is, right?
Yeah.
Look, I don't care if a show is in front of 300 fucking people. If the show is entertaining, the show is entertaining. That was TNA for a lot of years. And again, by the time the financial resources got sunk into it for them to go on the road, TNA was already fucked up. It had already been poisoned by bitch off and racist Hogan.
Mm-hmm.
I better act like y'all know around this motherfucker, man. Said it's summer and people are on vacation according to drones. What does that have to do with anything?
Wouldn't that be a great vacation destination?
Yeah, that doesn't
for
make
your kids.
Yeah, that's a stupid.
Who love wrestling.
That's a stupid.
Oh, let's go
rebuttal.
to SummerSlam as a vacation.
That's a dumbass rebuttal. That's a really stupid rebuttal that could be debunked within seconds. You know, when it comes to linguistics, WWE fans are not the most masterful. Okay? So, I just wouldn't even indulge. I'm just going to be honest. I wouldn't even indulge. Okay. I don't know why my voice is so janky tonight, y'all. I'm sorry. Damn. Voice all strained. I ain't even been talking to nobody. What the fuck? But guys, to wrap that one in a bow, AEW, Tony Khan, keep doing what you're doing. I'm excited for All In. I can't wait to go. I can't wait to be in the building. And you keep doing what you're doing. WWE, WWE Control Media, WWE fans, no matter how hard you try, your product is not nearly as entertaining as AEW right now. And any gripes you have towards AEW, you need to direct towards the bald, wrinkle-headed fuck named Paul Levesque.
Yep.
Okay? All right, Pumpkin? Cool. All right, guys. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to get to the portion of the show that feels like we are taking 20-pound salami across the jawbone every single time that we have to talk about this bullshit. So, guys, if y'all know what portion of the show is coming up, go ahead and drop that bang in the comment section. But even if you decide you are not going to because you hate life and you hate us and you hate the clothes you wear, so you run into the grocery store naked, I'm going to tell you naked ass anyway. It is time for us to hold one special, wait for it. Dumbass. Accountable. It is time for drone accountability. There you go.
This is from Twitter.
Good old Twitter.
Oh, so apparently it's AEW pay-per-view week.
Yeah, without fail, I know we get our drone accountabilities from AEW pay-per-view weeks like 40 going north.
This is going to be a twofer.
Okay.
This starts off with Tiffany for the context tweet. Says, never forget, it was Teal Rhodes who named All In. Heart emoji. To which Teal responded, very Rhodes of me to conceptualize a generational wrestling event and get no royalties.
I saw this one. Jesus fucking
Yeah. To which Bubba had to throw in his 2 cents, saying, and I quote, I feel you, sister. I booked the entire battle royal from beginning to end. Got no credit.
Dumbass, 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 dumbass.
Ladies and gentlemen, while I'm down in Dallas, I'm going to get me a nice belt buckle. And then I'm going to take a trip to a knife store. Oh, my God. Y'all are so exhausting, dude. That's the only word I can think of. People say, oh, you say that all the time. You say the same thing over. Because I can't think of another word. And I have a huge lexicon of words I could use. Exhausted is the only one that properly puts into context how I feel about y'all when y'all say shit like that. It's so it's not funny. It's corny as all hell. You sound dumb as shit. Stop. Like, just stop. It's not funny. It's not original. Dude, it doesn't show off a fucking advanced sense of humor. It's so lowbrow, so trash, so just I cannot stand that brand of humor. Especially when it comes from a WWE drone or a Fed walker. Because the first person was a Fed walker. The second person who responded was a drone. Y'all aren't funny. Y'all are only funny to each other. You know that, right? You're not. I'm gonna give you a tip. You're not a funny comedian if you go do a set in the improv, right? And the only people that come to your shows are your fucking friends. Because you know what's gonna happen the moment you're not in front of your friends. Boo! Boo! 9 times out of 10. And I've seen this. I used to host a comedy night. I saw a comedian, boy. He tried some material in the spot that I was hosting. Then I saw him try that same material at a comedy club he was unfamiliar with. Man got booed out the building, literally. He ran out the building.
Ugh.
That's how, dude, Y'all don't. Fuck. I never see y'all talking like this in person because y'all know y'all sound stupid. And y'all too afraid of being called lames, losers, corn billions. Let's keep it real. Y'all would never say this shit in real life. At least not if y'all not amongst each other. Soon as I feel myself walking to a drone gathering, I'll be like,
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out. No thanks.
And you know when you walking into a drone gathering. You see any combination of 2 Cena shirts, 2 Roman Reigns t-shirts, one Yeet t-shirt is good enough. You see those shirts, or you see a replica belt, you have entered a drone gathering. Ejecto Ceto. Abort mission. Get out of there. Everybody put Ejecto Ceto in the comment section. And by the way, guys, last time I'm saying it, because I don't know if I said it twice, but if I didn't, then yeah, whatever. Like gang, comment gang, share gang, and donation gang. Donation gang is very important. Come through and show your love. Beautiful people. Yeah, get out of there, man. That's all I can tell you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you get amongst them type of, just get out of there. It is going to be the most annoying discourse you have ever heard for however long that show lasts. Now, I'm going to give y'all a secret telltale sign to know if you're around a Fed walker. I'm going to give you a telltale sign. This is one I think y'all have probably noticed, but it's going to hit y'all as I say it. Watch this. If you're at a wrestling event, or you're at a, you watching wrestling at a watch party, whatever the case may be, right? And let's say it's an AEW show. Here's how you know you're in a room full of Fed walkers and you need to leave. If a woo chant off breaks out, leave. Leave.
Oh,
leave,
yeah.
Leave. That is like the universal Fed walker chant.
Mm-hmm.
That is the Fed walker battle cry. There was a time in this country where they said if you heard this coming from the forest, woo, 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 you was in trouble. You was in trouble. You was in trouble. They done already got the drop on you, white people. Your ass was grass. You heard that coming from the forest, your ass was grass. If you go to a wrestling watch party, wrestling event, you hear, woo! You have entered Fed Walker. Leave. Straight up. I know it's facts.
Mm-hmm.
That my brother had enough of WWE. He was a huge drone. When Jey can't wrestle, Jey Yeet can't wrestle Uso won the world championship, some drone having a breaking point. I just said that earlier, dude. I don't care how much they dick ride this product, bro. Every drone has a breaking point. Every drone has a breaking point. They'll never say it because that would mean that they're not pledging their allegiance to the logo. They'll never say it, but it happens. It happens in silence. Go ahead, Werner.
No, that's correct. And I would argue not just the woo, but the last time you and I went to a show, we heard a lot of yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So watch out for that as well, because that's the new one that everyone likes to do.
Raising the wands is another one too. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a perfect one because that still happens.
Yeah, just dip, just leave. Unless it's a ticket you paid for, and even then, I would still be like, yeah, cash me out. Like if you already bought a beer and an appetizer, drink your beer, eat your appetizer, leave. You'd have a better experience at home. Said, they break those out at AEW events before the show starts, and I've been to at least 50. I've been to way more than you at this point. And yeah, that's the easiest way to identify the fan walkers. That's how they let each other know they're in the building.
Yeah. Because they have to let you know they are there.
Mm-hmm. They can't just sit there and shut up and hate watching silence. No.
No.
That's what's up. I'm glad he's watching AEW. Good for him.
Yeah.
Guys, it's time for me to hold one special
Dumbass.
accountable. All right, beautiful people. This one may come off as low-hanging fruit at first. But when we actually get into the psychology of what would even make this person say this, it goes beyond fruit on the ground. So this was a conversation about Jade versus Naomi at the Evolution pay-per-view, to which one person had responded, could be a double disqualification, but I doubt it. Jade is going over, probably emphatically. And Naomi will get even when Jade beats Tiffany at SummerSlam by cashing in on her. To which this person with the screen name, The Dude Abides. Okay. There's no DQ in a street fight. This isn't AEW. Stop. Did I not witness a Hell in a Cell end in a stoppage?
Yes, we did witness that. With the red light district lights.
Like, did I just miss that? Did I just like am I supposed to pretend that didn't happen? And then second, find me the AEW no disqualification match that ended in a Dairy Queen. Find it.
Mm-hmm.
Find it. Third point. Why the fuck was AEW even brought up? Why was AEW even brought up? So I have 3 layers of logic that I could use to shut this person down. But I just used one of them. I said, okay, cool. Show me the match in AEW that was a no disqualification match that ended in a disqualification then. If you're so certain of that, you should be able to present that information.
Mm-hmm.
I told you that's what I'm going to start doing. You say something really stupid like, you got to back it up. You got to back it up. Shark Riley said also Braun Strowman cashed in his Money in the Bank against Roman, and then Brock attacked the both of them and it ended in a Dairy Queen. Wait, for real? I don't remember that for some reason. Can somebody verify that? I do not remember that.
Yeah, I don't remember that happening either.
Might just be my old brain, but I don't remember that happening. Somebody verify that. Y'all got keyboards? Use them. Dark Riley said 2018 Hell in a Cell. Yeah, somebody verify that real quick. That was a year before we started doing the show. Yeah, that's what it is, Catherine. Yeah, get in there and make it about AEW. Yeah, that's exactly what that was. But like, what made that worse was like they said that and had no evidence to back it up, so they just went to trolling. That's what people do when they know they've been defeated. They just troll. They troll their way out of stuff. Women cry. Oops. Unpopular truth right there. When your girl is losing an argument, watch the tears start flowing.
I found it.
Okay, go for it.
Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman ended in a no contest in a Hell in a Cell match with Mick Foley as a special guest referee. This was Strowman's cash-in.
Wow. Somehow that's worse.
Yeah.
How did that get swept under the rug? That's worse than the Seth Rollins Bray Wyatt thing. How did that get swept under the rug?
In the climax, Brock Lesnar, with Paul Heyman, made a surprise return. Lesnar kicked down the door while Heyman was incapacitated, Foley with pepper spray. Lesnar then attacked both Strowman and Reigns with broken pieces of table and performed an F5 on each man before departing. A second referee came out and declared that Strowman and Reigns could not continue, resulting in a no contest. Thus, Reigns retained the title. Strowman became the fourth person to fall in gaining the championship in their cash-in in a match, and the first by failing by no contest ruling.
That's worse.
That's god-awful.
Dude, that's worse than the Bray Wyatt Seth Rollins thing. Why does nobody bring that up?
Because drones will sweep anything that's bad under the rug when it comes to WWE. WWE only good when we say it good.
Oh, fuck that. That's worse. That's like 1,000 times worse. Fuck you, finishing move, no contest. What?
Yeah.
That's worse. See, no, I ain't gonna speak on that because you saw them slowing down on Braun Strowman, like in front of your very eyes. Like Braun Strowman's momentum was gonna get killed regardless. Like as long as Brock Lesnar was around, Braun Strowman or any big guy's momentum was going to get killed. Tony Khan took a lot of shit for how he books big men. He takes a lot of shit for how he books big men. WWE and Vince McMahon was worse when Brock Lesnar was around. Any big man that got over with the crowd, guess whose music is going to hit eventually? Dun, 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 dun.
Well,
dun,
Cole,
dun.
here comes the pain.
Yep. Why does WWE get no shit for that? We gave Tony Khan so much shit for how he books big men. But how many big men were absolutely destroyed and buried for the sake of Brock Lesnar? I can see a drone saying, that's one more properly booked big man than AEW, though. Brock Lesnar's still a big man. That's still better than AEW, though. You think, for 1 second, let's put scandals aside. You think for 1 second if Tony Khan had Brock Lesnar, he wouldn't book him properly? It's impossible to book Brock Lesnar improperly.
Right.
Do you honestly think if Tony Khan had a prime Brock Lesnar, he would book him improperly? Like, so in good faith, answer that question. I stand on this logic until the day I die. Michael Jordan could have got drafted to any team in the NBA and he still would have been Michael Jordan. Brock Lesnar is one of those people. Brock Lesnar could have signed with any wrestling promotion in the world. He still would be Brock Lesnar. We saw that with his New Japan run. Kurt Angle is another one of those. I feel like Shawn Michaels, if he wasn't a lifer, could have been one of those. As much as WCW favored big men, do I think WCW would have booked Shawn Michaels poorly? Hell no. It's Shawn Michaels. It's impossible. But you want to know what is true? The opposite. A lot of can't miss prospects, a lot of people who are impossible to fuck up, WWE has fucked up. Sting is a very big example of that. See, you can say that about WWE. WWE has fucked up plenty of can't miss prospects. But yeah, to that person that said that bullshit, please provide evidence. I'm still waiting. It's been 24 hours. Werner, I am still waiting for this person to show me the AEW match that was a no DQ match.
They're hiding. They're hiding. They're not going to say anything.
I'm waiting. No, they've been trolling their way out of it underneath the post. And let's get this out there right now. I want to clear this up because somebody said this underneath the post, and I want this to be established because I thought this was an amazing point. Hold on. Boy, I could have sworn I screenshotted that shit. Son of a bitch, I hate when I do that. Fuck, now I got to go back to the post. God damn, I got to go back to this weak-ass post.
You know, I think it's just stupid that people still think that, you know, they can just say whatever they want and think, oh, I'm not going to have any consequences because it's on the internet. I'm going to say that Tony Khan's a cokehead, even though I know it's not true, but I'm going to say it anyways. And there's going to be people on the internet who's going to agree with me. It's the invisible beer muscles with Twitter just amaze me because this should not be a thing. This is where Tony should go in, or any wrestler, if there's any defamation, should go in and sue because that'll get knocked out real quick.
Dude, and the people that are bold enough to say this in person, they say it in environments where there's tons of cameras and security.
Mm-hmm.
You don't catch them outside the arena saying it. They get quiet as a church mouse once they get outside the arena. Oh, but in the arena, it'll be that one jackass. And it's all the same archetype. It's all the same archetype. They all look like Werner with tattoo sleeves and beards. I hate to say it, Werner. I hate to say it. They all look like you, maybe about 80 pounds lighter.
But I don't have tattoos.
Werner, okay, then hit dog or holler. Ain't nobody say you, motherfucker. I said but they all look like Werner, but 80 pounds lighter with y'all know the archetype I'm talking about. They think because they had enough testosterone to grow a beard, and they think because they went to a tattoo parlor and got some tattoo sleeves that they're so tough and they could beat everyone's ass. And who's gonna check them? And dude, you know what bothers their ego more? When no one's reacting to them. No one's reacting to them. See, when you turn around and stare at them, that's like the rise they're looking for. Don't even do that. Keep looking ahead and enjoying the event. Turn your mental blinders on. Put on your mental earmuffs. And if you notice, when you put on your mental earmuffs, they get louder and louder and louder and loud. Please look at me. Please give me attention. Please try to fight me around all this security because I can't fight. Please fight me in front of all these cameras because I can't fight. But I got these tattoo sleeves, and I shop at John Deere, and I got a Harley, and my wife's cheating on me with a black guy, but I'm tough. You're not going to say anything to me because I drink Budweiser in America, right? Come on, man. We know what y'all look like. And it's always that archetype. Funny enough, rarely is it any other race. You might get a white passing Latino that act like that at an event, but like it's rarely any other race. It's always the white dude that looks exactly like how I described. And you turn around and look at him that first time, and you're like, yep, okay. All right. I knew it. Yeah, the hold me back guys, yeah. See, stories like that, I hate to say it, Ron. I hate to say it. When it comes to stories like that, I take those types of stories with a grain of salt, and I'm going to tell you why. Unless Brock Lesnar himself comes out in an interview one day and says, yeah, I almost signed with TNA. I don't believe that. I don't believe it. I don't. Because then when you go to try to source where these things came from, it comes off of some vague quote that like their manager said in an interview or some shit. Like Paul Heyman might have hinted at it in like a shoot interview or something, and then people just fucking ran with it. So yeah, I when it comes to stuff like that, I don't be believing that bullshit. See, like Paul Heyman, if I'm not mistaken, has came out in the interview and it's been like, yeah, I almost signed on to run the creative for TNA. Like I think he has said that in an interview. So I believe that. But like, yeah, all that stuff like, oh, Brock almost signed to fucking NWA in 2000. No. No. Can't believe everything you read, dog. And if you do believe everything you read, at least do the diligence to do your own research. Here we got 177 on the Twitch. See, but what I need from y'all, and I hate saying this because now we got to blaze through the show. We're an hour in. This is the engagement period of the show. This is where you should be liking the stream, sharing the stream. You should be doing all this stuff. The donations should be coming through, the leaderboard, all that. All that. But I'm not going to ask for it. I'm not going to ask for it. Go ahead.
I look healthier than drones. Just saying. But yes, everybody, this is the point of the show where you make or break us. So like gang, comment gang, share gang, donation gang.
Yeah, but it's all up to y'all, man. Y'all don't understand that really hinges the type of show y'all get.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know it'd be some of y'all that probably be mad, be like, oh, damn, we got a short show tonight. Yeah, because of you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, damn, they didn't see him as hype tonight. Yeah, because of you.
Mm-hmm.
Can't get mad.
So this is the part where you guys can become the star of the show.
Mm-hmm. Simple as that. And stop gatekeeping our show, man. Share the show.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all don't do this with other shows. All right. Time to get into the show we were never going to Raw. Guys, it's time to get into Monday Night Raw. I'm going to fly there. Warren, they think I'm playing.
No, I know you are.
Okay, cool. All right. Seth Rollins and his unnamed faction kicked off tonight's show.
I thought it was the crew.
Oh, yeah, you mean Seth Rollins' crew?
Yeah, Seth Rollins' crew.
With the Z?
With
Seth Rollins' crew. I'm going to make this a long story short. Bron Breakker shows why he should be pushed over every single person that is on the main roster in the men's division in one promo.
Yeah.
Was it the most articulate promo? No. Was it the most cutting promo? No. Was it the most clever promo? No. But it was something about the promo that had a sense of something that WWE has lost and hasn't had in a long time. Legitimacy. He made solid points. Why do you cheer for Sami Zayn? Out of shape. He looked like he's never been to the gym. He's never played a sport. He's never done anything. And I said, and I wanted to say to Bron, like if I had an earpiece in his ear, I'd say, Bron, they do that because they can relate to him. He's the lovable loser. He's the Cubs before they won the World Series. They can relate to him. Look at them. They all look at the crowd. They all look just like him, if not fatter. But he was spitting gospel in this one, okay? And they keep doing the Roman Reigns teases, which I don't care. Like, okay.
No one cares.
Okay, WWE. I remember when Roman Reigns in a promo against John Cena, he called him a fake-ass part-time and bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Why on earth would I give a shit about a person that Roman Reigns don't give a shit about? Now he's the part-time and fake-ass bitch by his own definition. So why should we care? See, I don't have a short memory like WWE fans. Why should we care? Stop teasing Roman Reigns. He's going to come back and do the same thing he always does. Give us a reason to care. which WWE also has been failing at for the last 20 plus years.
Yeah.
Give us a reason to care. That isn't just, this person deserves it. They're going to finish their story.
Mm-hmm.
Kairi Sane versus Roxanne Perez. But before that, backstage in the Judgment Day's lair, Roxanne Perez revealed a memorial to Liv Morgan. Was this supposed to be funny? Was this supposed to be funny?
I would love to know.
No, serious question. Was this supposed to be funny? I want a legitimate question. I'm sorry, not question. I want a legitimate answer. Was this supposed to be funny?
I'm sure in their minds it was supposed to be funny, but like,
What is that noise?
Tone deaf is what I like to call this. Because, like, hypothetically, what's to say in the next 24 hours, Liv Morgan just doesn't pass away from any which way that could happen?
Oh, this segment would look crazy.
Uh-huh.
Oh, shit. This segment would look crazy.
I mean, if you really think about it, if she got into a car accident and, met her death, unfortunately, or, cancer or something, anything. And next thing you know, we're saying Liv Morgan had passed away, 10 bell salute, the whole 9. And yet here we are foreshadowing someone's death.
These days, the only thing people care about is making content out of stuff. So I'm sure all of these fucking corny, lame, over-the-top thumbnail having podcasters would make fucking live streams about it.
Yeah.
Okay. Y'all, if I'm lying, I'm flying. They got AJ Styles doing slapstick. They got AJ Styles doing slapstick. Let me say this one more time. They have AJ Styles, the phenomenal AJ Styles. Get ready to fly. Evil Ways. Man who's wrestled Sting. Kevin Nash. Legends of the industry. They have AJ Styles doing slapstick.
He signed on the dotted line. That's what he wants.
Oh,
that's how he wants to be remembered.
You're taking this too seriously. It was funny. The crowd laughed. WWE fans are idiots. WWE fans are fucking idiots. See, I'm going to tone my voice down. I'm going to give y'all the energy y'all giving me. Dude, the gag was this. Y'all ready? Here was the gag. Dom received a cake from AJ. He turned around. AJ did the eye pointing thing to him. It was a get well soon cake. AJ clearly dips out from behind the curtain. That was the Judgment Day's lair. That's not even funny to a modern 5-year-old.
No.
Even though that's not the biggest indictment because they find shit like I Show Speed funny. But still, I just, what? Yeah, let me just fly through this, man, because the numbers I'm looking at right now don't justify my energy to break this show down like a fraction. So let's just move on. Okay? Woo, I can't wait for my week off. God damn, man, I feel burnt out. Okay. Now, something me and Werner talked about off camera, and I'm going to say it. We don't want to have to hit a reset button on our audience. And I'm going to tell Werner off camera the way to do that and how I figured out a way to do that. We don't want to hit the reset button on y'all, but like, these numbers are pitiful, dude.
Mm-hmm.
We deserve way more viewership, way more support than what we're getting. And like I've said before, y'all gonna get the energy y'all give us. And I might as well say it now. I might as well get it out the way since I'm here. So next week after All In, I'm taking the entire week off. There will be no shows. So don't ask me shit. Don't say where are you guys at. Don't send me no fucking DMs. There will be no shows next week. All next week. Argue with a wall. All right. But Roxanne Perez versus Kairi Sane. Oh, I'm so bored. I feel like how I did when I was watching the show. Like, I feel the exact same way. I'm so bored. I don't even want to talk about it. It was a sloppy ass match from both of these ladies.
Oh.
And then what makes me so sad to see, Kairi's heart isn't in it anymore. The same way how I'm feeling right now about this show that we're doing. My heart ain't in it no more. You could tell Kairi's heart ain't in it no more. You could tell. She probably feels like a Black Widow too, in a sense, like a black in-ring widow, where you could tell she's starting to feel like everybody she gets in the ring with gets hurt. So she made sure to be super careful and super slow in this matchup. And what do I always tell y'all about workers that work too slow? That's when you make the most mistakes in the ring. I've said that since year one of this show. That's when you make the most mistakes in the ring. When you slow down too much, that's when you botch. And the whole opening little pinning sequences of this match, awful. Awful. Just terrible. But Kairi Sane won with a backslide to pick up the win over Roxanne Perez. That's what happened, y'all. That's what happened. I'm going to ask a question. Did this feel like it meant anything?
Nope.
Do you feel like Kairi gained momentum from this?
Nope.
Marlo came through with the 5 schmackaroo, said Kairi was super safe and this was sloppy. Yeah, the entire match was sloppy. It was bad. It was really bad. But after the match, Asuka made the save during the 2-on-1 beatdown. Roxanne and Raquel would, get involved. And the Kabuki Warriors stood tall to close out the segment. And with that, we have the third and final challenging team for the Evolution Women's Tag Team title matchup, which now consists of Zarya and Sol Ruka, Alexa Bliss and Charlotte, and now the Kabuki Warriors, going against Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez. I'm so fucking bored.
What was the fucking point?
I'm so bored, dude.
Like, what was the fucking point of having that vignette a couple weeks ago? Or was that last week? I don't even remember. Of Kairi Sane being the pirate princess.
They made it seem like she was going to be in the Battle Royal.
Right. And maybe go deep. And now this. So again, what was the reason?
What was the reason?
I had a reason.
What was the reason? What was the reason?
I just explained the reason.
What was the reason, bitch?
I don't need to explain myself to you. And
What was the reason?
Yeah, let me cool off, man. Like, why devote all of my energy if I'm not getting it back? Okay. Next up. Backstage, Jackie Redmond caught up with Sami Zayn, who admitted that his plate is too full and life is too busy to be worried about carrying Cross, and the rib injury dealt him a week ago, drawing the ire of Scarlett, whose titties were on point.
Yes.
And that was that.
I think even Jackie noticed that they were on point.
Yeah, she was staring directly at him.
Mm-hmm.
She was staring directly at him. Elsewhere, Ivy Nile and the Creed brothers Asked Adam Pearce about the return of El Grande Americano on tonight's show. From there, Ivy now expressed her desire to be in the Battle Royal at Evolution, and Adam Pearce granted that wish.
Woohoo.
So all you got to do is ask.
Apparently.
Then Asuka and Kairi barged in, and Adam Pearce suggested the return of the Kabuki Warriors at Evolution as they challenged for the women's tag team titles, an announcement set up by the segment that preceded it. Finally, Nikki Bella cut a promo about the importance of Evolution, an event she championed and headlined back at the inaugural event in 2019. I thought that was way before that.
Yeah, me too.
She announced her entry into the Battle Royal, so she didn't ask. She just declared. That's great. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
At either the Women's World Championship or WWE Women's Championship at Clash in Paris.
She looks really old.
She did. She did. She fought off those Latina genetics as long as she could.
Yeah.
I gave it to her. She had a decent prime in the looks department.
Yeah.
Her prime lasted way longer than I thought it would. Dude, honestly, I'm going to keep it a buck. I thought by 2015 she was going to be washed.
Yeah.
I thought by 2015 she was going to be washed. So yeah, she held out a while, bro. She had a decent little prime.
Mm-hmm.
She had
and
a
now
decent
she
little
looks like a 50-year-old Karen.
No, she looks wild. She looks wild now. All right. We're going to take the show from here, man. I'm bored.
Sami was making his way to the ring when Karrion Kross attacked him with a lead pipe. Adam Pearce got Kross off of him during the match during this melee. And we go to break. Back from break, Sami Zayn is in the ring along with medical professionals, including Kayla Sparks, trying to...
Oh, I ain't even see her.
I guess. Oh, yeah, she was medical
Oh,
people.
damn. I didn't even see her.
Yeah. He was trying to tell Pierce that he can go. Pierce was trying to get him not to go. They agreed that he would go. Then we had Sami Zayn versus Bron Breakker in a match that no one really gives a damn. This does nothing for Braun. This does nothing for Sami. Braun won with a spear. Lol. I mean, and now apparently this has to be a thing with the whole headbutting and I'm this show was just so confusing on so many levels. Up next, we have Adam Pearce chanting with the War Raiders, wanting a chance at the tag team titles. Then the New Day were wearing all black because they were in mourning because of losing the tag team titles. Try it! Becky Lynch walked by and said it was a great idea for you to get rid of Big E. Up next, we have Becky Lynch.
Stop.
I just...
Stop. I need a break. WWE really makes you lose your passion for talking about pro wrestling. Okay, let me put this out there. I've long said on this show, if AEW didn't exist, we probably wouldn't be doing this show.
Mm-hmm.
Let me put it this way, right now, in 2025. So when there's no shows next week and I'm getting my head on straight, I don't know what the show is going to look like when I come back. I don't know what's going to happen. Y'all really need to show how much y'all rock with the show and get these numbers up. Tell a friend to tell a friend and all that stuff now, because who's to say 2 weeks from now y'all are getting shows? 3 weeks from now y'all are getting shows from us. See, this is what happens to all of the great content creators. They don't get the support and grassroots movement that they deserve, and they just disappear
Mm-hmm.
So who's to say I come back from that week? Now, I'm not going to delete the page and no shit like that. It's not that dramatic. But who's to say y'all continue to get these live shows? I don't know what format it's going to look like. I don't. Might do pre-records from here on out. Who knows? But I've taken a mental note for as long as we've been doing this show of all the people that have not put this show in a position to grow. And I put accountability on myself for not being as aggressive about it as I should have been. But I'm telling y'all right now, man, with the state of the WWE product and that being the majority of the shows we have to do on a weekly basis and the way things are looking, and again, AEW is doing great stuff. But man, again, if y'all keep playing, after next week, I don't know what it's going to look like. And I'm serious. So remember I said it. If you want to think I'm joking, or you want to think I'm playing, or you think I'm reaching, or you think I'm going to be like, oh yeah, guys, I was just kidding, man. We back on it. Nope. I'm going to be doing a lot of long, hard thinking next week about where this show is going forward. And again, what it's going to look like, if anything. So, okay, I'm going to remember this comment section being cold. I'm going to remember us only having 2 donations for the night. I'm going to remember us only having 20 YouTube viewers. Now, don't give me the be grateful shit. Oh, be grateful. There's people that's lucky to have 3. Don't give me that be grateful shit. I work too hard to hit be grateful. Hundreds of shows that I didn't want to do because I knew they were this bad, and I still did them because I wanted to come in front of this camera and entertain y'all. So, okay. I'm going to remember this. All right, y'all, let's keep going. Go ahead.
Becky Lynch addressed Bailey and Lyra Valkyria. Apparently, Lyra called Becky a bucket full of crazy. This was just unmitigated nonsense. A long story short, this is all mitigated longs. They tried to pit Bailey between the both of them. A brawl broke out. Lyra did a Nightwing on both of them.
It was ugly bitch babble. They're gonna have a triple threat at Evolution. What else is there to say?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Backstage, we have Seth Rollins and his band of merry men strategizing their next move. Paul Heyman revealed that Sami Zayn would be out of action indefinitely.
I told you what they doing, bro.
They're setting him up. I know they're setting him up, and this is just frustrating to see.
Might be. I'm telling you. Look, there might not be a Covalent TV live portion around to review that when it happens, but like, bro, just remember I called it. Just remember I called it. That's all I need. I just need y'all to remember that I called it. Go ahead.
Jey Uso versus Bronson Reed. Jey won via disqualification because Bronson decided to throw a chair.
You think I got words for this?
No. LA Knight spoke about his upcoming match with Seth Rollins on Saturday night's main event, which no one cares about. Michael Cole and Corey Graves spew nonsense. Toss over to another video package for Rhea versus Io Sky, which again, no one cares that Io's undefeated against Rhea Ripley. Because why? WWE does nothing to get you invested. El Grande Americano versus Dragon Lee. El Grande Americano used a headbutt with the metal plate and defeated Dragon Lee.
Matthew Shelton called this out off camera, guys, and I'm only giving him this shout out because he did call it out. I forget at which point this happened, but Michael Chode called Charlotte Flair versus Becky Lynch a potential greatest match ever or some shit like that. What did he say? I did not feel like going back to this match. Did he
sure.
flat out say it was the greatest match ever? Did he say that?
Probably, since he's a moron.
Go.
All right, so Penta was preparing for his match with Seth Rollins. Later, he was confronted by Paul Heyman and the Bron Breakker. Penta remained fearless and told it to Cien Romero before he walked off. And they apparently don't like the hand signal still. Who cares? Gunther addresses Goldberg. Gunther got in 2 words. Goldberg came out. Gunther froze for like 10 minutes. And then as he's about to talk, Goldberg throws the mic out of his hand and punches him.
That was the most wet fart Goldberg entrance I think I've ever seen. How do you strip aura away from Goldberg?
Leave it to WWE.
And I hate this. I hate this with a passion. When Paul Heyman tries to pretend like he's like this cultured, world-traveled guy, and he's the smartest guy in the room, and look, I could speak Spanish, and I can say that, like, when he does stuff like that, oh my God, it's so corny. I wish he would stop doing that shit so bad. Like, look at how sophisticated I am. Like, stop. No, stop.
No one's buying it.
Dude, we don't believe you.
All right, up next, we got Penta versus Seth Rollins in a match that was terrible, slow, very botchy. But in the end, for some odd reason, Seth Rollins decided to headbutt low blow Penta and then did the stomp for the win. After the match, LA Knight hit a BFT and the show ended. This fucking show.
-10, no moment.
-10, no moment.
Let me say it again in case y'all didn't hear me. -10, no moment. -10, no moment. Saturday is going to be a celebration of pro wrestling for me. When I come back from Dallas and the amount of thinking I have to do about this show, y'all, a lot of things are going to factor in. And when it comes to WWE, if I had to put a percentage on it, 40% of the reason if this show is never in the format that y'all are used to ever again will be because of WWE's product. The rest of the percentage, well, not the rest, that's not fair. At this rate, 6 years in, I would put 10% of the accountability on myself because I pretty much do everything you're supposed to do as a content creator to gain an audience. And the audience, no offense to y'all, love y'all, but like the audience we have, y'all just don't want to share the stream. Y'all just don't want to get the word out there about us. It's like y'all ashamed of us. Okay? Now, I have an abundance mindset. You know, you for every viewer you lose, for every viewer you alienate, you could gain some. So I'm not tripping on nothing like that, but like, just remember that I said 40%. Take a second to think about that. 40% of the reason of why this show may stop in the current format that it is in is because of WWE. Look, I'm a black man. my entire lineage then took damn lashes. I'm not going to take mental lashes from a show that don't pay me no money. And I'm not going to take mental lashes from a show that don't even care to not insult the intelligence of their audience that supports them in a diehard way. So you know what? Like, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave y'all to the busted opens. I'm going to leave y'all to the Fightfuls. I'm going to leave y'all to all of that stuff. Because if the support isn't better on Wednesday and the support isn't better for however we decide to shoot the all-in review, if the support isn't good enough, guys, yeah, this might be it. And I'm being very sincere, being very transparent with all of our viewers. Been doing this for 6 years, being very transparent with all of y'all. There's no more excuses for WWE. There's no more excuses for our viewers. There's no more excuses for anything that surrounds Covalent TV. So, yeah. As I said, -10, no moment. That's all I got.
-10, no moment.
I have no clear air.
I got nothing.
All right, y'all. Let's get up out of here. Going once, going twice. So to the man with the braids in his hair. So, sign off yet again. It's the epitome of black excellence, the king of dimes, just your boy, Mr. Stark Sam.
The beginning of a worldwide, the Messiah, Sami Q6 is and the internal pessimist, Big Dub.